Hi, and welcome to Benzinga Pro's video tutorial, Trade the Ratings, Simple Trading with Powerful Data.
Hey guys, this is Ilir at Benzinga. I'm very excited to share with you this video and the spreadsheet that accompanies it. In it, I'll show you how you could have made an annualized 25+% return by trading signals from Benzinga Pro's Analyst Ratings newsfeed. These are trades I've picked up since the beginning of March, using Benzinga Pro exclusively. I'll walk you through the routine I followed to pick up these trades. In this presentation, I will use Benzinga Pro, as you see it here in the left side of the screen, as well as the spreadsheet which I've created to capture my results. The process is simple, and you too can use it to generate some great returns. My trade strategy depends exclusively on sell-side analyst ratings. Basically, I measure the sentiment on a stock across sell-side research firms and look for a signal to go short or long on that stock. Sell-side analysts generally have information on a stock that is not available to the general public. Big market players such as asset managers and hedge funds rely on their research, so why shouldn't we? With Pro, we can do that. I will illustrate my strategy with two examples listed in my spreadsheet, and with those examples, I will flesh out my trading process. For now, all you need to know of the process is that it goes like this. We see a ratings headline. We perform a search in Pro for other ratings on that stock. We assess the narrative across the chronology of those ratings, including the latest one. And then we trade when the latest ratings suggest a possible change in the market price for that stock. Also, we choose our signals among these actionable types of rating changes. An upgrade to buy or an initiation of coverage with a buy rating for long positions, and downgrades to sell or initiations of coverage with a sell rating for short positions. This makes a lot more sense by going through our examples. Here's the first one, a short trade. A11. A1, or A123 Systems, is a short trade we took on March the 2nd. It hit our newsfeed just before 8 a.m., an hour and a half before markets opened. Here it is on our Benzinga Pro as well. Promptly at 7:58 a.m. on that day, what I did is to perform a ticker search and to clear all channels but the ratings, so that I could see what the previous headlines were on that stock. We ignored, for the purpose of this presentation, what is in the feed following March 2nd. This is what we had in the feed in terms of analyst ratings on A1 that day. Bank of America had downgraded the stock from buy to underperform and had lowered its price objective from $4 to $1.50 per share. It was a pretty drastic shift to the downside for the outlook on A1. Earlier from that point, another firm or two had already shifted to the negative, and some others were hanging in neutral. What we get from this Bank of America rating is that one of the largest firms was turning sour on the stock based on their assessment and was joining the negative consensus. If this rating hit our newsfeed at 8 a.m. on March 2nd, chances are the market price had not had the time to react fully to the set of factors on this new ratings, so there was an opportunity for us to make money. On that day, we got in short at 9:30 a.m. As you can see on our spreadsheet, we sold at $178 per share, which was the opening price that day, and ended up covering our position on March 7 at $160 on the close of session. Our gross return was at over 10%. In those 5 days, our 5% stop was never triggered. Our second example is MWW, or Monster Worldwide. On March 5th at 7:35 a.m., the stock was initiated with a buy rating and a target price of $9 per share at BMO Capital Markets. Let's find this headline in the feed and all ratings preceding it. Again, we check only the ratings channel and we ignore all articles from after that date. We see our signal here at 8:35 a.m., 1 hour ahead of open. Before that point, we see a couple of downgrades from analysts. So the narrative or sentiment up to that point had been negative on MWW. Well, with this initiation, we see a shift back to positive, so we get in. We ended up taking a long position at the opening price of $7.36 per share. We sold out a day later at $8.32 per share for over 13% in profit. $8.32 was the closing price, by the way, for MWW on March 6. So with these two examples, you saw that our process is simple, quick, and most importantly, all but the actual trade placement took place within Benzinga Pro. From the moment a rating hits our feed, we're able to access within seconds a ratings history that tells us whether this rating is an opportunity or not, and in which direction to trade. We saw with our channels button, Benzinga Pro enabled us to focus on only what was important to our strategy, which in our case was ratings. This way, we eliminated things that may have been useful to other traders, but which don't add value to our specific purpose. Once we have a stock and a direction to trade it, all that is left for us is to follow some sound trade and money management rules that fit our trading style and appetite for risk. In my case, I traded a maximum of $1,000 on a stock, so as not to overcommit on a single equity. I set a stop loss at 5% of entry price, so I had a definite protection to the downside. My target was and is more discretionary and stock specific. While I shoot for an average of 5 to 10%, I will let a trade run or cut it short if a market action prompts me to do so. I tend to focus on target management after I've pulled the trigger on the signal, and most importantly, after I've set a stop loss in place. The spreadsheet which you already have encapsulates all trades we took in March using this approach. On a format note, you have the trade accounting side on the right, with trade information such as the time and price for entry and time and price for exit when applicable. The analytics box at the top aggregates results for a quick analysis. On the left side, you find our trigger for the trade, the trading signal, as copied from Benzinga Pro in real time. Our net profit was $3,180 on a capital base of just under $60,000. That is a 5.3% profit since March, a period of 2.5 months, which when annualized equals 25.5%. And that is after commissions have come out. Without taking commissions out, gross profit would have been 6.75% or 32.5% on an annual basis. A couple of fun facts from our analytics box. Our win ratio, or percent of trades that were profitable, is 67%. Out of our 88 trades, 73 were long and 15 were short positions. We noticed we had a much higher win ratio with shorts than with longs, 87% versus 63%. That may be attributed to the difference in number of trades for each type of trade, or it could be an indicator that the current trading period was more bearish than bullish. We don't necessarily care so long as we come out on top. A couple of other analytics conclusions. The stop loss was triggered 26 times, an unequivocal dose of reality right there. And speaking of trading realities, obviously not all of the trades turned as nice as our examples. The red P&Ls across rows are trades that have gone south on us. So long as we have a stop loss in place and never risk more than 5% plus commission fees, we can accept a portion of our trades to go against us. As I said, you would not have needed more than $60,000 in capital to trade what I traded. Actually, by exiting earlier on some of our positions, many of these trades could have been executed with as little as $20,000 in trading capital. In closing, what I hope you got from this video is that trading can be fun, simple, and quick. Simple is not the same as being easy, but when you do your homework and rely on good information, you can make money. Benzinga Pro provides that information. It's an intuitive environment that you never have to leave if you don't want to. Together with some sound rules for recognizing signals, managing the trade, and controlling the risk, Benzinga Pro is a tool that makes you money more often than not. In our case, it yielded us 5.3% across our March picks alone. Folks, thanks a lot for watching this video. I hope you got some ideas out of it, and as always, you can check us out at benzinga.com or at pro.benzinga.com.